sufficiently crazy to take it. They were at a higher-than-normal altitude and far enough away from the facility that the air traffic shouldn't get flagged as a threat. Carr replied, "Thanks for the favor, Bulldog."
"Always happy to help, even if it is for Army."
She laughed. "You keep selling yourself on that story of air superiority, buddy." The light switched to green.
"Have a good flight,"
he responded. With a whoop, Wrath ran to the edge and jumped, somersaulting as he left the plane. Diana looked at her second. "I hate you, you know." The other woman's amusement was audible. "I treasure that about you. Last one down buys the beer afterward." She dashed forward and leaped into the darkness. With one last headshake at the stupidity of jumping out of a perfectly good airplane, Diana followed. The truth was, she had precious little experience in exiting airplanes by any method other than the cabin door on the ground. Falling through the night was strange, an abundant emptiness that filled her with a disconnection from reality, as if she was lost in space and would be until time itself ran out. The heavy helmet prevented the noise of her passage from intruding on her isolation. Although she felt the air pushing against her spread arms and legs, it seemed more like floating than anything. She opened her eyes, which she'd shut shortly after leaving the plane's safety, and the experience changed. Her display glasses showed a yellow wireframe outline of the building below, and green triangles indicating the positions of her allies as they fell. Her parachute popped automatically, high enough above the guards on top of the taller building that they wouldn't hear it. The slowed descent left her vulnerable for longer than she might have liked under other circumstances, but she trusted the stealth of their approach. Black-suited figures under black fabric in the moonless night. Her glasses' enhanced vision showed her the moment where Wrath's chute disconnected from his harness, and the artificial wings snapped out of the container he wore on his back. He'd wanted to fly the whole way down from the plane, of course, but they hadn't designed the wings for that level of downward velocity. Even Wrath had to agree that having them snap partway down would be detrimental to the mission and to the troll. He'd grudgingly accepted the need to slow his fall before deploying them. Still, the decision to have the chutes deploy automatically was partly to ensure he wouldn't change his mind at the last minute. Wrath was dependable, but with a definite and unassailable edge of impulsiveness. She found steering her fall not as difficult as she'd feared, and swung the chute through a series of curves to align herself with the target. They would touch down in the order they'd jumped, Wrath first, Carr second, and her trailing. She ordered, "Rambo, you've got the ones to the north. Croft, south. I'll drop in the middle in case one of you screws it up." Wrath laughed. "Land by Croft, then." Carr snapped, "Watch it, short stuff, or I'll do something awful to you." "Like what?" "I don't know. I'll think of something. And it will be horrible." Wrath had time for one last amused snort before his wings folded and his feet hit the ground behind a guard who was still looking out, entirely unaware he was in danger. The troll's batons made short work of him. Carr's opponent had barely started to turn before she hit the roof, and she snapped out a punch to his jaw that terminated with the snap of her shock glove. Diana landed as the second guard fell, pulled in her parachute, and lifted off her helmet. Carr did the same, and Diana folded them around an incendiary brick. She set the bundle on the edge of the wall where the stone rose above the rooftop, the option least likely to catch the rest of the building on fire. A button press started the countdown timer. "Croft, clear the exit path. Rambo and I will go get the prize." Carr replied, "Affirmative," and strode to the side of the roof that overlooked a smaller one of the pair. Drone flyovers on the previous 2 nights, high enough to avoid detection, had revealed a significant patrol presence. Uniformed guards with rifles made their way continuously around the building's perimeters, in between the 2 gates, and on the roof of each structure. Because their computer system had proven resistant to Deacon's efforts to dig beyond the most superficial level, they didn't know the security protocols or any other useful data that might be resident inside it. So we'll wing it. Pretty much our default mode of operation.